a technical error. Anyway, I'll wait for some of you to get online. Yay. How's everybody doing today? I bet you can't find me now. I know, I had a technical error, now I'm fine. So anyway, I'll wait for some of you guys to get on. Should be just a second. And I will post this quick so everybody can find it faster for you. Okay. Oh, I just love when I make those little boo-boos, you know? So I'm just going to post in here so you guys can find me. Okay. All right. So back online finally. I won't have as many people because I apparently had a technical error, you guys. Hey Sandy, thanks for jumping on. Seal, nice to see you. Valerie, nice. Oh, thanks you guys for hanging in there. I had a technical error in the beginning, so I had to redo everything. Everybody has been really loving this wave of the ocean, and I really wanted to show off this die cut. First off, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, the colors are just amazing. I did do a sampler to kind of give you an idea of the pretty colors that are in this beautiful DSP. And these are all the waves that are or the colors I should say that go with this paper. Pretty exciting. The paper is absolutely gorgeous. Just to give you a heads up, I'm sure you've already seen a lot of paper already, but I mean, it just doesn't do it any justice when you look at it. It's just so pretty. I heard that they did like a mud painting or just threw the paint down, and that's how they got some of this really pretty artwork. But very pretty. And then the lighter colors on this side. So it's really worth investing in because the paper is going to be amazing, especially if you guys are looking for summer fun. This is the way to go. Hey Jazzle, how are ya? Nice to see you today. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. So anyway, we're going to do a double wave, okay? Not just a single wave, a double wave. Now I'm a big beach girl. I love the waves. I can't surf, but I can pretend, right? So here's the stamp set. Very pretty. And then I'm going to have the ones that I'm using today, okay, is this big wave here. There's two waves, all right? There's the double, this is a thicker wave than the other wave, and then I'm using these 2 centimeter areas, and then my birds, and this is the other wave. There we go. See how it doesn't have as much information, it doesn't have as much detail as this one. So that's the one I want to use, is this one here, to make that double wave today. Okay, now I'm also using, gosh, I always mess this up, Stitch So Sweetly rectangle dies. Don't forget, look at these. Look at these. So pretty. Hey Jerry, how are you? Hey Gina. And I thought, oh my God, how pretty are these? I want to get another set. Now this is until they run out. What else is new, right? So the colors we're going to do, I know Night of Navy is real popular right now with this one. I wanted to do a little bit with the Coastal Cabana and the Pacific Point, and just a different color. I thought it was kind of fun. The first things first, though, we're going to get the stuff out that we're going to use, okay? I'll move my pretty little sampler, my little surfing sampler. I know. Say that 3 times fast. I know, right? Oh, it's so nice to see everybody today. Gosh, it's so nice. Okay, so the first things first, we're going to do an A2 size card. Real simple. You know the drill. 5.5, 4.25 score, and bam, you've got a card. And we're going to use these rectangle dies. Now, I turned the ones over that I want to use, okay? Now, to use this, though, you, you need a college degree. Now, the second, if you have the rectangle dies and you just happen to have them readily available to look at, you want to use the second and third to the largest, okay? Right there, the second and third to the largest. Remember that moment. And then you want to use the the third and the fourth to the smallest, okay? So that's why I turned them over, okay? And then the rest of them you don't want to use, but at least you have an idea of that rectangle die, Stitch So Sweetly die cut theme. There's so many. So now you're gonna say to yourself, self, what are you doing, Karen? What are you doing? Well, I'm going to show you what exactly I'm going to be cutting. I've already cut some stuff, so we don't have to watch die cutting 101. So you'll see that I've got this one little guy here. I used my Pacific point. All right, that one's perfect. And you don't have to use, if you don't have these, you can measure these out and do it that way if you like. You'll notice I'm using the biggest one and then the smallest one, okay, for this one here. All right, this one is the other grouping. This one's going to be for my border, okay? This is going to be for my border that's going to go on top of this border, all right? So just so you know, when you're die cutting these out, the bigger one goes with this smaller border. The smaller one goes with this bigger, or the matte color. Okay, if you do it the wrong way, you won't be able to use it. You'll have to cut it all over again. Now, when you do cut these, I will tell you, you'll have a lot of these. Okay, and you can use these inside the card. Use them as a mat for your sentiment. Okay, so don't throw these away. You can use these, all right? So, and the same goes for this little guy here. Use these for mats, whatever you have, but don't throw them away. They have the really nice stitching on there, so there's no reason to do that. Now, out of all these colors, I wanted something fun with the Pacific point in it, okay? As well as a little bit, not so much of the darker blues, because everybody and his mother's doing this one. It's pretty. I love it. Night of Navy is the color you want to use for your border. But hey, you know, let's not do what everybody else does, right? So I'm going to snail this little guy right down. All right. What's everybody been up to today? Everybody, I know you guys, I've got some California, I got some Washington people here, I got Canada, I've got Scotland here. What's everybody up to today? Anything? The weather okay in your area? What's going on? There we go. So I'm going to this is what is this one? 4 1/4 times 5. Okay, 5 1/4 times 4. Gosh, I always mess up. So simple. That's your major mat size. You should know by heart. All right. So don't listen to me if I mess it up. I know, every single time. I have cut them short and I go, oh, well, I messed that up. Okay, now we have this one. See how simple this card's almost done. So we're going to put these together first, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I did to make that this double edge, which is really cool. Now, you've got this first border. Remember, this is the bigger border. This is the smaller one. And now I'm taking this one, and I'm going to put it right on top of here. All right? Isn't that simple? I know, we're almost done. Oh, Debbie, they are really pretty. The paper is absolutely beautiful. And it's wet and cold in California. Nice. I feel better. It's kind of cloudy over here in Michigan. Any Michigan people here besides Sandy? And Jerry. I forgot. Don't forget Jerry. Anybody else? Nice to get some other Michigan people too. Okay. Now, it's really nice when you can cut these. You can cut these and get them done with, and then it's almost like getting them all prepped, ready to go. And all you're doing, especially if you're making a lot of these, all you're doing is just now, you know, you're gonna put this down, center it nicely, nice. Now you'll notice I didn't use any dimensionals. I'm going to use dimensionals in a second. So this looks pretty cool. I like that. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. I mean, oh my gosh, beautiful, right? So now we're going to take some paper, and I'm going to take, oh, I misplaced all my paper. Isn't that lovely? Well, the paper that we're going to use is the Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to use the Pacific Point, okay? Now what you do, simple, is you take the two colors. I don't have them handy with me, so I'm not going to get up. I'm just going to take some paper. You take the two papers, all right? And all you do is you get your die cut, and you pretend this is bigger. You just die cut the heck out of it, and you don't move it, okay? That's all you do. And then, with the magic of TV, that's what you get, all right? You do them at the same time, and you'll notice that they have not popped out. Now, you know, they might get kind of weak. If that's the case, that's not a problem. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take, I don't have my, I have some junk paper here, so hold on. I'm just going to take some, just for a little bit of security so that these don't pop off, I'm just going to put a little bit of paper right on that. See those areas that are kind of popping out, or they want to? Well, I don't want them to pop out when somebody gets the card, right? So I thought to myself, why don't you just use some extra paper that you've got and secure it right behind it so nobody's going to know, right? And you know, wherever you think you need to have a little bit of extra oomph. Now, it probably would never come apart, but I feel better. And it's just a matter if you want to do that or not. You don't have to. I actually thought it was a good idea, just so that they wouldn't separate. All right. Again, take two papers. I wish I had one handy that I could show you. Here we go. So take two papers of different colors, all right, and then get your beautiful die cut out, wherever my die cut, oh, here it is, and then put it through your machine, and do not lift them up when you get them out, okay? That's what happens. You'll have this beautiful, whatever colors you decide to use too. Always use some different colors, okay? Use that lighter one in the inside. Now, this was a happy accident, actually, is what happened. So, I actually had the blue one on top, and I had my Coastal Cabana on the bottom, put that through the die cut, and bam, look at that. You think I had actually thought about doing that? No, I had an accident. That's what happened. I always do two at a time because I'm always in a hurry. And look what happened. Happy accident. So I like that idea. So anyway, I secured it really nicely, so I know it's not going to go anywhere. Yay. So I'm just going to put this little guy back. Now, this one here, before I get all fancy on the back, what I want to do is I want to take where I see the stitching, and I'm just going to edge it right to the stitching area, and there's a nice line here on the bottom as well, and I'm just going to guide my little guy right there. So far I like that area. What do you think? Self. Sandy. So I'm going to take that. I'm just going to, now liquid glue, I don't usually use a lot of it. I usually use my snail. But I think just using just a little bit where needed might be a little bit more handy dandy. So I'm just going to, like I said, follow the line of the stitching, all right, on the very bottom. It'll make sure your wave is not crooked, all right. Now this is the two areas that I did just to secure it, just to give myself an idea of where I want it. Okay, super. Look, everybody's all simple. Love it. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit here and put some on the very corner. Okay, hopefully it doesn't come out too fast. Just enough, you know. You don't need a lot, but you guys probably already know that. And while it's drying, which is super, you can see that I've got an extra part of the wave I don't need. As with everybody who's doing any kind of these cards, you're not going to need all this unless you did not have a frame. If you didn't have a frame and you just had an A2 size, it's going to fit fine. But I want a little bit more. I want some more bubbles. I think that's why I like this paper with all the bubbles. It looks like, wow. I don't know if you watch surfers. I do, because they're so cute, right? And I'm thinking to myself, well, look at that. This is a cute surfer. I could see that surfing guy, right? And there's all the bubbles and everything. And oh yeah, so. Oh, I was young once too. Oh. Okay, so let's get the dimensionals out. That's my favorite. Now we're going to dimension the heck out of this. I know. I use them all probably on one card, I swear. So, yeah, I'm doing buffering. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Is it buffering now? Okay. Is it buffering now, you guys? Looking good. Okay. Is it still buffering? I think it's okay. Okay now. Okay, my bad. All right. Sorry about that, ladies. Okay. Gosh, I hate that when the internet just dies on me. Oh. Okay, so I was just doing dimensionals anyway, so it wasn't anything exciting. Okay, now you'll see this one part of my wave is just a little loosey-goosey. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right where I can see them, which is right about here, and which is fine. But I can now put a dimensional there, because first off, you're not going to see it, but it will secure that wave, all right? So I'm going to secure the wave by just, there we go. And I can put one over here just for fun, for a little bit more leverage. Okay, perfect. And then maybe one right here. I think it does a really nice justice to make sure everything stays secure and the wave and my waves don't disappear on me. Now, let's cut that little guy. We don't need him, right? So take your scissors. Oh, you're good. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Oh, sorry about that, guys. So just cut this little guy right off. Okay, there we go. Say bye-bye to him. And now, look at that. Look how cute that is. Look at that. Just by using these stitched triangles, the rectangle stitched triangles, that's all we used, in 4 of them, okay? Now look, center this. That's gorge. There we go. Oh, loving it. Loving it. What do you think? Doesn't that look pretty? I think it looks gorgeous. I think so. Now, you'll notice when the one that I did here, I used this sentiment here. I'm going to use the happy birthday sentiment. I've already done that one for you. And I used this really pretty die cut, which I think we could use a lot of those. Obviously, it was this little guy here and my happy birthday. They came out really nice. There's a strength one and then a nice long, real long one. You can put inside the card. So I'm thinking right about here, okay? I use paper that's left over, okay? So if you have a whole bunch of this paper and you want to use it instead of just using basic white, you may as well. It's got a nice lightness to it on some of them, and it kind of blends in a little bit better. What do you think? I think it looks pretty cool. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so I did happy birthday on both sides. This was the bad side, so let's definitely put dimensionals on that. Another idea would be to put this in basic white with some blue and really make it pop. That was another idea. But I really wanted to try some colors I have not used, which Pacific Point, I've not really ever used it. So I have a few of the papers, but I've never really used the color. So I thought there are some beautiful blues when you look at the ocean, and it's not just all navy blue. It's got coral, it's got blues, it's got this beautiful Coastal Cabana color. So I thought, yeah, let's do something different. So I'm just gonna put this right here, right underneath the wave, all right? And it fits so nice. And you know, you're lining everything up with the seam, okay, of the stitched rectangles. And I think that helps a lot when you're trying to make sure that everything is not crooked. Okay, the fun part. All right, now this is the fun part. All right, we'll bring this back in, and now that we've got our stuff all together, now let's get some blues in this, okay? I think that all these colors, I mixed them up on the wave. So on the very first part of the wave, on the very tip of it, definitely put embellishment on that. And then if you want to do these tips here, you can do that. You'll see that I did 1, 2, 3, which would be this one, and then maybe that one there. So that's an idea. And I would mix and match all these colors. Don't feel like you have to stick with just one color. I think it just really is dynamite looking. Okay. And oh yeah, that's so pretty. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. It's a really pretty card, and this could be a really nice, not only can it for a female, but also, you know, some nice ones for a male, especially if they are swimmers or they're outside a lot and they like to, you know, this would be great, you know, with Father's Day or anything else like that. Now, the tiny areas, I'm going to use a little bit tinier embellishments. I'm just going to use something like a little bit. There we go. I just want a little bit of jazz on that, you know. Now, last but not least is my little, gosh, my little birds. Okay, I don't know if you can see that as well, but very pretty. These are really, really, really cute, and I am going to use my snail on these just to give them a little bit of an oomph. And I am just going to trim one area of this, and I like to put the birds together. Now if you wanted to do 3 birds, that would have been even cooler, but the die cut has 2 on there, so I did 2 for both. There we go, for both. Now because you have little birds there, let's give them a little face. They need some jewelry too, because you can't see them otherwise, right? So let's get this one going, and let's get, gosh, these are so much fun to pick up today. I should get my pick a tool. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Now you'll notice you can put more if you wanted to. You know, you could actually put some more, actually some of this blue, maybe we could put over here, okay? And then maybe this color here, all right? Anything that has the corner areas, okay, that stop, the colors stop and it goes to the different color, that would be a good place for an embellishment. But make sure it's the right size so that, you know, you don't look like you're, you know, it doesn't look like it's not supposed to be there. There we go. So that's really pretty too. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Gina. Gosh, these came out so pretty. I hope you guys like these. I mean, look how pretty those are. The colors, this one's a really pretty lighter, a little bit lighter version of the same thing. You can see the colors really just pop. And then this is using with the bubbles. You can see a lot. So I put a little bit more of the embellishments on there. So, because why not? It looks like, you know, somebody's like underwater surfing. Well, I wanted to make a quick Sunday, you know, kind of a Sunday surfs up kind of thing. You know, spring's right around the corner, so we gotta think bathing suits.